head into this first map. We'll talk about when we get into it, Achilios.
All right, we'll go ahead and get our fight card up there on the screen. WGS versus Foxes. First match of the day, last day of the week here. Week number 2 as we move further and further into this tournament. And this is one of the final testers, I think, that we have to figure out where the standings are going to be. We've kind of squared away everything else after seeing our matches yesterday. O2 Ardian proving that they are, in fact, better than they looked in their first series. The fans here to cheer for WGS. Fox is going to be a bit fewer and far in between.
So just talking about what we saw with the Foxes versus...
Look at this.
Okay, well, this is going to be a great to start things off, but...
Sashin over on the Sombra.
So he's playing the Sombra. This makes sense given that Achilios is the Sombra player for the squad. When he doesn't want to run the Pharah here, he's going to have some trouble. What happened with the Pharah against Seven was that Seven just ignored the Pharah, and it was a bad matchup for him versus Bazzi. But we'll see if we can do more here with the Sombra. Currently outdone by Sky in terms of EMP charge.
Oh, Youngback's just going to go ahead and die right off the bat. Bernard there with the rockets, able to take him down. WGS maybe just going to get that initial cap coming through. They're pushing forward rather fearlessly as Order has the pulse bomb ready to go. Goes in deep, finds a stick, but doesn't get a kill. Took stand very low, but couldn't pop him out of that mech. Looks like they might be able to do so here. No, still manages to just hug back around the corner, keep the mech intact, but Foxes are being chased back towards the spawn. WGS with a very strong start. They're looking for a little bit more here. The corner in on Sasha and Adora also going down as Z-Bag just starts popping off with the Winston, chasing him all the way into the room. Essentially here, they'll get the pop there on the stand and likely force him to jump off the map. No, he actually swaps.
Yeah, he swaps. Very wasteful, having to lose all that ult charge. Also, not to mention Need using his coalescence there at the end of that fight, despite already losing half of his team and being pushed to spawn. Very wasteful. Means that the one that Genie used isn't actually going to feel too bad.
Guy drops in, EMP drops in, finds at least 4 members, and the sound barrier is there from Overwatch to try to keep everybody topped up. Stand now going to get hacked out. Z-Bag does die as Need trades them out. Sound barrier to answer from WGS. Get Jungmak there, but Genie does go down in the end as Foxes look for the retake here. Trying to get that flip as it's 50% already here for WGS Laurels 9. Shy goes low, Skyld can take it down off screen as Overwatch finishes them off, but Adora is just waiting for the Baby Diva, but the self-destruct comes through so they can try to get the remake, but they manage to take down Bernard. And this should be the flip, but WGS, they're not letting this go. Z-Bag is actually investing this Primal Rage to buy more time to build up more percentage. He will die from the focus fire out here from Foxes, but it's still going to be a decent chunk of percentage going up here for the side of WGS as they just do not let go.
Yeah, Genie is unable to operate very well when the Diva is blown up first, so WGS Laurels 9 struggle. They don't have their tanks well healed. When Bernard goes down, Monster Z-Bag can't really get into position to peel anymore, and Genie can't save him. He ends up slowly dying after popping the Primal Rage. So you can tell Genie's behind in terms of ult charge because couldn't actually do any healing there. And so great trades here for Foxes. Good focus fire onto Bernard. We'll see another approach here. It's going to be an EMP to initiate by ground. Oh,
no. Ready to go? Yeah, jumps right up with the translocator, throws it down. They chase it and find Overwatch right off the bat. He's going to pop the coalescence up on the high ground. Sky's moving up there to try to deal with that. Moya tries to get the hack off, can't quite get it. Just a second away, but the flip is coming through. Last second contest does delay, but Foxes are in danger of losing this point already. They haven't even gotten to 50% yet. Z-Bag goes forward. Sasha can't get him, can't get Need. Jungmak will fall, Adora following suit. Foxes likely are going to have to surrender this point as the kills just keep rolling through. D-Mech there on the stand. Need barely stays alive. Will go down in the end as Order claims his life. The flip will happen. 78% now going up. Decent kill there onto Overwatch. He just got back in, and he just dies immediately.
That was such a tricky, translocate by Sky because he made it look like he was going to try to do a ground-based EMP. He had the translocator up on the high ground, but not in the air, actually on the roof. So gets up there, then gets an extra jump, so delays it. Very well played. Sashin's here, on the other hand, comes up with nothing.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't get anything at all with that EMP, so a pretty bad one. And Bernard just takes him down there with the rockets. Primal Rage out from Z-Bag as he tries to seal the deal here. Down barriers out from both sides, but it's already 2 members dead there on the side of Foxes. Stockton's just now respawning, but everybody just being chased in off the point. They'll get a last second tag, and it's just back. Had to use the Primal Rage. He's smacking people around, but he just can't get any kills. Coalescence from Genie, ripping him apart. He's on fire here with the Moira, gets the kill onto the Baby Diva. Spam heals back up there onto Bernard to keep him in the fight. He's even got the reset of the self-destruct if he needs to invest it, and Foxes are just going to get bled out very slowly here, it would seem.
Looks that way. San Juan, nowhere to be seen. That's going to be the cap. So I think the big story here was EMP versus EMP. We had Sky much in the lead in that regard. His tricky EMP he had off the I want to call it a roof. I guess it's more of a catwalk up there. So he was able to get a weirder angle, and the timing was a little bit weird for the Foxes to defend against. And beyond that, Genie, it's his debut match, the first map of his pro career, and he was able to outperform the Moira on the other side, Need, on the Foxes, because he was able to understand better when to use Coalescence and how to protect the tank line. He had that one mix-up where Bernard died, and he still tried to fight. Beyond that, we saw Need needlessly using his Coalescence. Genius had a better understanding of how to use that tank line. So we're headed into now University. It's definitely going to be the Sombra version of this map. Sombra versus Sombra again. D-Bag just trying to farm up some more charge here.
D-Bag, yeah, just poking in here onto the side rooms and zap away as much as he can to build up the Primal Rage very swiftly. Adora will find the exit, comes around the back, gets a straight shot there into the Winston, almost takes down C-Bag, but he will be spammed back up there by Genie. And Nade has gone down, might just be handing WGS this cap right off the bat here. As they go ahead and start kiting back. Hasn't come through yet as WGS does chase in rather far, but gets the kills on the stand. They get Saucin. They will be able to get the cap.
With double the healing of Need this round, finishes his ult before Need hits 50%. Need, of course, being picked early in that fight, compounding the problem, but they have Coalescence they can use early because they're building it so quickly right now. Laurels 9 can actually use it to control the zone, the entry point into this attack here right now. Sasha not even close to an EMP, so this is going to be a tough one to execute.
Pulse there from Mortar, not going to be finding anything, so slight reprieve from the start of the Foxes, but now the Coalescence is coming through, and they're just poking straight down the hallway. Guy pushes forward, has the EMP, but doesn't need to use it. The tank line has already been shattered. Foxes are going to have to retreat yet again.
Already up to 40% of the Coalescence right after using it. Perfect usage of that choke point there. Gauging the movement of the Foxes, gauging their approach angle, using it in that choke point to get maximum value on both healing and damage. 54% already. Genie is having a great debut on this Moira.
Coalescence out from Need. Saucin looking for the EMP, throws it down, catches a couple members, and Order's going to be one of them. He falls as Adora goes off, finds 2 kills. Z-Bag taken out. Even with the sound barrier there from Lipcube, just not going to be enough to help keep them in the fight. Bernard goes up, he'll go into the pit. Not a great spot for the self-destruct, so he'll hold onto it. Does retreat there with the Baby Diva, and might just have to go jump off the map. Near flip coming through here.
What goes up must go down.
Oh, Bernard's in the corner, made his way back in. Nice little cheeky play there.
Built a few more percentage points.
Got it up a little bit.
So next fight, really even ult charge with the exception of Genie again having that ult lead. But beyond that, Laurels doesn't actually have a strong initiation to approach this point. So they're going to have to try to get a pick or just take a slower fight to build ult charge for an EMP. That's what Order is doing right now, is looking for that pick. Does miss the ball.
Yeah, not going to find it. Believe the defense matrix might have been there from Stan to go ahead and shoot that one up. Order goes back, doesn't have the recall here for a little bit, needs to get into the Coalescence, will get topped up. For the most part, nope, actually it's just dodging around the Coalescence, but Adora goes down, so still he's going to be doing work here on this Tracer. Now comes back over to the point, Stan's pushing forward, now going to get hacked out, Sky goes in, EMP thrown down, big value on the back of that one, as they try to get the kills to come through. Not able to get them yet, so a good EMP, good angle, catches multiple members, but no real capitalization so far from WGS. They're just trying to gate the members of Foxes out from the point so they can get the cap to come through, but they just have not been able to accomplish that yet. They get Chung Mech, they lose the mech there for Bernard yet again. Assassin's gonna get punished. That alleviates a lot of that backline pressure here for Genie and Lipcube. As they say that though, they'll just get taken down.
Yeah, Genie getting taken out here is the big problem. He was able to build another Coalescence during this time, but unfortunately wasn't able to use it. Now Foxes takes a lead in terms of control meter now. They don't have that EMP for another initiation. They're going to have to build for it. If Order could get the pick he attempted that he missed that pulse bomb for, it could have been a different story. Looks for another one, misses it again. That's the initiation they were looking for. Now they're going to have to build for an EMP. Coalescence trading here.
Dueling ones coming through. There's going to be the sound barrier out from WGS. Big deny. Sky goes in. He drops the EMP. The shields are gone to the side of the Foxes, and they just get obliterated. Beautiful play. Beautiful setup by Sky. Oparochi completely baited into that one. He shot shuts them down. Foxes lose the point just shy of that overtime tick.
I love how they did this. The focus of the Coalescence and LiftQ's healing there when he popped his amp it up were on to Sky so he could heal through all the damage to make sure he had EMP at point-blank range in the fight. Now just going to try to heal here and distract the Foxes so they can build up to that 99.
Back in order, go down. Good start for Foxes as they try to get the reset.
Still got the EMP too.
And that's going to be the flip coming through. Now overtime going to have to be 4 stops. We'll be able to do so. EMP comes down from Saucin yet again, and LiftQ just gets taken out. Coalescence comes through, but nobody's able to tag into the point. Everybody just being gated back. Foxes will be able to get one here on University.
That's a high-level EMP right there. That's an EMP that you know the timing of everyone's respawns, and you know that in that moment, the only way that they could potentially buy time to get everyone onto the point is if the D.Va uses the self-destruct to remake. That's the only way. He sees the D.Va, just instantly is willing to EMP, not even going to try to go for a hack where he could be interrupted. Instantly drops the EMP, prevents the remake, forces the D.Va out, and then no one can get onto the point. So quick decision-making there by Saucin in that last second there to make sure that that's a cap, that's a completion. We're going to this third point, as you say. Same compositions running again. Genie has, I think, vastly outperformed Need so far in this series. See if that can continue.
Well, here we go. City Center. Final round to determine the victor here on Oasis. This guy's going to get hacked out by Saucin. Little play there, but still has this high ground angle. Gets the hack there onto Adora as he goes low, but can't quite finish him off. He'll get top back up and turn back. It's not going to be the same for him. Sky takes him out. Genie does fall, but WGS still managed to trade up here as they look to get that first cap yet again. So far, going to be eluding them. Decent delay tactics here from Adora and Saucin. Can just go ahead and dash around. They even have Need with the fade to keep himself in. Order nearly has the pulse bomb, and that might be the thing that breaks open this point here for WGS.
It could certainly be ult advantage actually for Need this time. More efficient is the Moira, and that makes the control point, man. That is how it's played right now in this meta. It's gonna have the Coalescence first.
Oh, and Seaback went a bit too far forward. All Need was low on the HP, goes in and try to get the execution. But the fade takes him out to safety. And oh, goodbye, Bernard.
That's not what he wanted. He wanted,
that's exactly what he wanted.
He did the Haya emote there at the end as well, but he wanted to jump off the side. He did not want to get DMAC. That does slightly further delay his respawn. He wanted to jump off the side. Got the death he was looking for in the end. I wish we could have had an instant replay on that one. Need having that Coalescence there first helped really secure the point. Obviously, the WGS has an ult advantage now, but Fox has a lot of tools to delay, especially EMP. It's a pretty bunched up Laurels 9 right now.
EMP out from Sky, but he just gets punished immediately. Saucin just picks him up. He will also go down as Bernard hounds him there with the D.Va, but they have to still make their way in onto the point and try to get the flip. It's only been 35% so far, so not the biggest number here for Foxes. They'll answer with their own sound barrier as Saucin gets ready to come back in the fight, and he still has that EMP ready to go. Could be the turning point, could allow them to maintain control to try to get this victory here over WGS. Feedback goes in, has the primal rage, but he's gonna get hacked out. He's going low, he's taken out. Overwatch finds the kill, and Genie punished as well. Order trades one back, but the flip is not there. Major commitment from WGS. They come up short. Stick comes through. They try to knock Stand out of there, but they just can't do it. The burst healing out of Need is just too much. The D.Va will remain. The kills come through, and Foxes are now going past 70%.
Foxes didn't, or sorry, WGS did not have a position where they could, that was actually great camera work by our observers showing the third person, or rather the free cam there. It showed that Foxes had the positional advantage. That's why when Sky ran in and went for the EMP, it was instantly deleted because they had the positional advantage to have perfect first line of sight in the fight. So it was blind by Sky, he wastes the EMP, he dies. Foxes ends up stalling, trading some kills there in their favor, and now they have an ult advantage as well.
Adora going in, was looking for a target there. As he was coming down out of the sky, ready to go with that pulse bomb. Sky goes in, drops another EMP, but immediately gets punished. They trade back. WGS actually trading up at the moment. Cassandra was also knocked out of the mech there by that Coalescence. They're trying to get the flip halfway to it so far. As Overwatch tries to delay, but he's going to get taken down in the end. It seems like WGS will be able to get some percentage here. Not going to be 100-0 for the Foxes, but they still have plenty of ultimates, nearly double support ready to go for this retake.
The problem, unfortunately, though, for this situation for WGS is that they have this ult disadvantage. They had to use a lot more of their ultimates, especially the EMP charge for Sasha is going to be the big important one here. Genie is going to have to force, they're going to have to force some trades and fight, which could potentially lose them this map in order to get that Coalescence too. It's going to be a rough one, but they're going to have to potentially look for a pick. That's their best bet.
Oh, Pulse goes after Mori, but he doesn't find anything, and everybody just pours over onto him to take him down. Pulse stick there, connects in on a Z-Bag, brings out that Primal Rage, and Genie, he's been taken out of the fight. Neat kills him with the Coalescence, and now the sound barrier is out there for the Foxes, but Q dead, no supports available here for WGS as they try to maintain control, but with everybody getting picked off, it's really just down to Bernard, and he's already below half HP. He will go to retreat, they will pursue. They'll pop him out of the mech just to get the nice little stagger, or dies immediately upon returning, and the flip comes through, and Foxes just have to take down this OT.
Yeah. This is going to be the end of the map. That's ult economy for you. That's an ult advantage in the works.
Still trying to hold this one out. Sky going low, nearly had the EMP. Maybe could have been a turning point to get some kills back through to delay even further, but it's just not going to happen. He'll get taken down. EMP out here from Zasen, and now they will just go ahead and look for the finish. Foxes turning this one around. Genie killed, no more tag-ins. Z-Bag just a bit too late for that one, and Foxes will be able to take Oasis in the end.
Foxes able to, with 5 ultimates used, the only ultimate they did not use was the self-destruct. We're able to force the Primal Rage early in that fight, starting things off with Adora with that pulse you called out immediately at the beginning of the fight. Coalescence there. Before Genie had his, before he was even halfway there, he was the next target to be focused down after the Primal Rage came out. We saw Need focus targets onto the enemy. The enemy Moira. Once that healing's gone, you're not going to win the tank fight, even if your Primal Rage is up. Sound Barrier came out there to try to save the fight on the side of WGS, but it just simply was not enough. And Foxes had every single ultimate, the EMP to follow. They used everything, as I said, except the self-destruct. So that's the work of ult economy. That's how control works. If you get the 99 start, you just build 6 ultimates, you stagger them, you win the fight. The mechanics aside, that was how Foxes were able to take the point. Really good opening pulse, though, by Adora to force that Primal Rage. That meant that there was just not going to be very much protection or peel when the Coalescence came out and the focus came on to Genie.
Well, very nicely done there by the Foxes. Seemed like they might have been down and out after that first round on Gardens. But WGS do fall short twice in a row and surrender the first map here of the series. So congrats, Foxes. You've got your first win of this tournament. But now we'll have to see what WGS wants to pull out for their hybrid.
Now that's going to be the question here as we head into this. In their last matchup, they took us to Numbani after losing the first match on Achilios. So yeah, I have to imagine that might be where we are going. We saw a few really well-coordinated dives for them on Numbani with the Genji putting Sky on that hero. You have to imagine that's where, if they take us to Numbani, they're going to be setting their attack composition. On defense, they just had standard counter Sombra, like anti-dive Sombra. Yeah. We had Climax was the hero who was their target. He was the Soldier 76. With the dive, they were able to consistently kill him. So if Numbani is the map pick, then I think Foxes probably want to run counter dive, not want to run long range hit scan. Yeah. And also, spoiler alert, we're probably going to have a Kino sub in here.
Yeah, almost certainly. Sauce in there. Some good moments. Some decent EMPs coming through from him, a couple botches as well. But yeah, it just seems to be the method here. I wonder if it's actually in his player contract that he just only plays control and then swaps out immediately. Let's see. We'll pay you a fourth of the amount of money because you play only a fourth of the maps in the day.
It says Yongbong Tong, I love you. I hear his laugh all the way from over here. Well,
yep.
Let's see if we do have that sub coming through. Also, obviously, there's always that potential for the 5th map. I need win.
Oh, I get it, because his name is Need.
Yeah. Let's see if that 5th map comes in, if they sub Sasha back in, then we'll really learn even further about his play. Order fan here, just getting, I guess, flashbanged there in the face. It says light there in the middle. So there you go. Showing it, hiding his face there, I guess, as she hides hers. Oh, these drawings are good. We saw these earlier.
Are wonderful, yeah. The Tracer Sombra and then the Zenyatta with the fox ears.
It's a good,
nicely done.
It says Kino Young on the left side there. Let's see if we see any more cool meta signs. That Tracer Sombra sign is very indicative of where we're at right now in Overwatch here in Korea. Big Order fan here as well. I love this Tracer drawing. This person's trying to win that gamer gear for sure.
It's a really nice one. Honestly, it's one of the best drawings that we've had so far.
Yeah, I like the subtle pink outline of his name, so it's easier to see. Very, very well done. Well, we're headed to Numbani.
Yeah, what a big shock. Numbani will be the map pick here for WGS. Never saw this one coming. But to be fair, this is also Fox's favorite map choice when it comes down to hybrid.
Yeah, they also picked it in their match against Seven. So this is the best map for both these two teams in terms of hybrid at the moment. And it's going to be about really the Sombra play yet again. This time, however, the Moira matchup probably won't exist because we'll have Zenyatta. It's not going to be the control map where Genie was able to absolutely crush, especially on the first point. He was wrecking it on Oasis, was able to do way more efficient coalescences on University especially. So very impressed with that, but we're going to have to see how good his Zenyatta now is and the Ana. And with always our focus in this tournament, for those maybe tuning in for the first time, is to watch new talent rise, and that's why a lot of the focus in the commentary today has also been on this new player, because we're going to see how he plays. And also, Achilios, for the first time in Fox's history, they keep Sashin in after control. This is the first time they have.
It's really surprising. Maybe they just haven't realized it yet, or maybe it's because Sashin plays a better Sombra than Kino.
Could be.
Well, Fox's fans, again, going to be not as populated here in the audience today. WGS, these guys all made sure to turn out.
Hardcore WGS fans.
That they are.
All right, so
but they want to see a win.
Defenders Sombra here with the Tracer. No long range hit scan, a much more anti-dive. I like this against exactly the composition we saw them run on attack on Numbani against O2 Ardian. It is going to be the Mercy Pharah with attack Genji. So dive that's designed to crush hit scan. The cool thing about this is, if the Foxes aren't running hit scan, they're going to have problems dealing with the Pharah. So it's a really multi-level strategy here. With no soldier, this Pharah could do so much work without being contested. If there is a soldier, they've got the Genji, they've got coordinated dive that's practiced to deal with the soldier. So really like this strategy, in theory, on the side of WGS.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to Sasa and try to get the hack in here onto Order. It's just going to be nice here, up into the sky, gets the pop out there onto the mech. Stan is going to go low. Sticks around in the Baby Diva form here for now as he's just spamming away, but the first tick has already come through from WGS as they look to get the cap. This was the most impressive map we saw from them in their first matchup. They're looking to replicate that here today, but at least with a victory this time around. Sasson goes into the back, finds Slim Q, does manage to take him down. The second tick is there from WGS. Needs to save them up.
Oporochi
coming through here from Oporochi, trying to keep the Winston in the fight. Now it's going to have that Nano Boost ready to go. Might just have to pop that one out as Adora takes Bernard out of the mech.
Oporochi
will go ahead and kite back.
So much healing there. If you watched closely in that last fight, Pharah was hitting Tracer specifically, and then you could just watch the healing coming through from the Ana every time. It would just damage, and then the heal, damage, and then the heal coming through from Oporochi. So it was very much really good care being taken to make sure that you survived. He didn't have to use the nano at the end. Actually did a ton of damage to the Pharah there on defense, and this is working out very well for the Foxes. Despite a rocky start in the two ticks, they're able to survive.
Well, Jungmak's going to have to go ahead, hop to the other side, just under fire there from Order. Nanobu's going to come through as they try to get up into the air there. On the Genie, won't be able to fight him yet. Jungmak now with a Primal Rage is going to go jumping in. The hack comes through. Farah is down onto the ground. Order will be able to rise back up into the sky as Sasson drops, and Adora's been taken out as well, so no DPS here for the side of the Foxes. And WGS just take this up as an opportunity to go ahead, push forward, get rid of the supports, and then can retreat back over to the point to finish this cap. Jungmax has been sitting here all his lonesome. But yeah, he's gonna go ahead, get taken down. The cap will come through. Decent little delay there by the Foxes, but in the end, gonna fall short. WGS will have 4 minutes here for the Streets phase.
I think Fox will be pretty happy with this defense. It was a defense that was executed without long-range hit scan against this far.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
Pop there onto the low ground. Yeah, Need barely staying alive.
Yeah, I think this is going to be still. They're going to be happy with how much time they burned with this. They switch Orochi back over to Lucio. Going to take a more normal approach to this, and this Pharah is now going to start to lose value as we head to the Streets phase. Not so much protection. However, if the Foxes are still unwilling to switch to long-range hit scan, that's another issue entirely.
But there is more high ground for them to play off of here. That they can sneak around the backside, less open high ground, where they can actually get Sasan into a position to get the hack there onto the Pharah and then try to take him down. Raj ready to go, pulse bomb here from Medora as he looks for a target. Benar is a pretty obvious one. The sound barrier comes in, he will go ahead, toss out that bomb all the same, but the self-destruct has come through to try to get back into the mech, and it seems like he might be able to do it, but in the meantime, Need has taken order out of the sky.
Turns out the best way to deal with the Pharah is to wait until he barrages.
Order's back up, Sky's got the Dragon Blade, finds two, looking for a little bit more here, tries to get the slashes in. Onto Adora, cannot do it, gets a couple hits with the shurikens. Can't finish off the Tracer, but a lot of space being fought here for WGS as they continue to push. Both supports going down at the end, completely disjointed away from the rest of their team.
I'm really sold on this Pharah Genji, man. This team knows how to run it. It's very strong in this meta where no one's running long-range hit scan. Actually, now Adora forced to swap to the McCree, as you guys can see here on screen. I feel like this is a catch-all composition that if the dive is well coordinated enough, like Laurels 9, and they have Genie to actually not only heal the Pharah, but can also pocket the Genji to help him get that Dragon Blade that was so successful back there. I like this composition. It's an intelligent one, to be sure.
Yeah, it's working out quite well.
They switch off of it now, of course, but it worked well during that Streets phase.
Yeah, it was a nice extended push there for it. Thompson, EMP ready to go. Is he going to find an opening? No, has to jump back to the translocator to keep himself alive. We'll wait for the next one. WGS gets ready to round the final corner. They move away from the payload here for the moment. Poke into the back. They want to go ahead, take him down. They managed to find Overwatch and Neat. Now Sasan falling. WGS a fantastic flank that Foxes. They just went, well, where do they go? They appear from behind. They ripped them apart. And now they are going to get a very solid push moving forward. Standoff out of the mech. And basically forced to have to use the swap. Yeah, he's going to lose any ult percentage that he had gained.
This is going to be a free pulse bomb here. He's got enough damage now to finish this off. The blade comes out.
Blade out. Sky looking for it. C-Back does go down. Finds the Tracer from the back, gets one slash in, but now he's going to be hacked down, gets chased in by Sandone, and will be finished off. A decent time grab here by the Foxes. They try to stay into the fight. Primal Rage out from Jungmak. Goes forward, finds the kill onto Genie. Now looking for a little bit more. Fedora winning that 1v1 versus Order will take him down. Bernard going to be punished, and WGS have been halted, but they've already gained so much space, and they still have 2.5 minutes left as they rest just in front of the finish.
The most painful thing was that Dragon Blade being an air blade. That's the only problem. He almost got the kill there onto Order, but that was it, and otherwise the blade was relatively useless. Put Genie back onto clearly the comfort pick here now, the Moira. That's what they're going to have to really push through and look for actual real damage. But he gets taken out before, as I say that.
Yeah, Genie popped off the bat as Need finds the kill. Yet again, just draining the clock here are the Foxes. Trying to get anything they can. They're going to pursue quite far forward. A pop there onto Bernard's mech would be absolutely huge for them, but they're unable to obtain that.
Sky, with kind of the pocketed healing coming through, was able to build a lot of the Dragon Blade up to 56% at the moment. So that's one great tool they can use with the sound barrier advantage they have. They're trying to build for that right now. Notice how much he's being aggressive, how much he's poking at the moment.
Order, Pulse Bomb ready to go. Looking to drop down, trying to get the stick there onto Bernard, but he just cannot, or Jungmak rather, cannot find it. As that defense matrix comes through, but Sasan has been taken down as he tries to build up for that Dragon Blade. Comes back into the fight, but Need now going to be dead. Died with that Transcendence available. Overwatch going to be gone. Not building up for that sound barrier any longer as they get back in onto the payload. 3.17 meters left to go to get this completion on Zenabani with a minute left on the clock. Everything going to be invested by the Foxes to try to stop this push, but Sandone has gone down. Sound barrier out from Lipskew. Another Dragon Blade, but yet again, it's going to be a bit of an air blade here by Sky. Goes in, can't really find much, but Sasan going to get punished as he draws his out. Doesn't get a damn thing for either of these Genjis.
Super important that that Transcendence was built in time by Need, or that blade would have done a lot more. Here comes the sound barrier now for the Foxes. as WGS regains some composure here.
Overwatch, yeah, they find that one. They throw that one down. Need manages to kill Order. A good pickoff as Bernard gets popped out of the mech. WGS yet again going to be held at bay, barely inched any further forward. Now 3.09 as the rollback gets ready to come through. It's going to be one more push here in OT for WGS to get this completion.
Yeah, this is going to be a really rough one here. The Coalescence focus fire has to be basically perfect, or we're going to have to see Order get a support pick with the Tracer. Knows he's sneaking around the left side right now. Spotted though. Jungmak's already got his number there. There's no way for him to find an opening. It's very much a closed door right now. Here he is. Doesn't find that pick.
On to Sasin.
Order for the supports.
Going around the back. Sees Orochi, but they spot him out just as easily. Stick comes through, Bernard, or Jungmak yet again manages to jump away, keeps the rest of the team safe, but now he is going to be out of it. Order traded back as soon as he gets that kickoff. He just spam away with the left leg, trying to keep everybody in the fight, and Need trying to stay alive here as Sky just fires away in range. EMP tossed in. Orochi trying to kite his way back, but he will go down. Need as well. Gonna join him in the grave. But Q throws down the sound barrier, and the WGS seem to have been able to do it here in OT. He's just finalized the rest of these kills. Jungmak trying to delay as best as he can with that primal rage. The hack comes down from Sky, and it should just be a matter of time that Winston will fall. And WGS Laurels 9 will get the completion here in OT on their map choice.
That was a great execution. That was like a tutorial on how to gain value on a push with very little ultimates. They had only the Pulse Bomb and the Coalescence. Coalescence was used earlier to distract and harass the front line there to make it look like they were trying to force an EMP from Sky. Order came around the right side, looked for the supports, pushed back the Zenyatta, then found the stick onto the Winston. They were able to burst down the Winston instantaneously. And then we saw basically the Sky was able to, in all that chaos and with the help of the Coalescence, build the EMP. And notice how he used it. We had the view on him. He went for the Zenyatta first, tried to look for a kill, and he knew where he was able to identify where both supports were standing. So when he used the EMP, he knew he hit Orochi because it was right in front of him. So he hacked the Lucio, means no sound barrier, no healing. Lucio gets killed. He already knew the Zenyatta was far away. Even if he had Transcends, it would not have been there in time. So with less ultimates, but a really good coordinated flank coming through with both Order and Genie with the Coalescence, they're able to get completion in overtime, but that was very well executed, very impressive, to say the least. And I feel like our observers have been really on point today, actually, on showing those important moments and highlighting those, because when you are down in ult charge like that, you have to make a plan and execute it in very little time. They had, what, 19 seconds before that attack started? Very well done.
Yeah. It's good stuff from them to get the completion. Not nearly as concise as they would have liked. They started off with a very good time bank, very fast streets face, so good delay at the end of the day there by the Foxes as they get ready to move in here on their attack.
So Sky will be running defensive Genji, and GD's on the Ana. So this is the build test now. Beyond the Moira, where we've already seen great coalescences from this player, this amateur player is now sitting in the pro chair. Where will the bio grenades land? Will he hit some sleeps, or is it just going to be a heal bot as we saw earlier from Orochi? Let's see how this dive comes through as well. As G-Bag here already gatekeeping the left side. It sees that the dive is just going to be a Genji build here. The pocketed Genji looking for extra charge.
Jump comes through there from Jungmak, trying to push them off this high ground, but they're unable to do so. Stand one just goes a bit too low, so they do kite back around the corner. Fedora right now playing forward, had that deflection up, tries to negate some of the damage coming through. Just wants to keep poking out here for this Dragon Blade, already building up 75%, so a pretty swift one here for him. Bionic Grenade comes down, helps keep the tanks topped up here for the side of WGS. The Q goes forward, Adora under fire, Dragon Blade ready to go, he goes low, pops up, comes straight back down, has a Dragon Blade, jumps in onto the healers, the Sleep Dart not gonna connect, he eliminates both of them, and it's just gonna be a wash. Team kill off the bat. Fox is exploding on a point, and that is going to be the cap.
Normally, you don't have a Dragon Blade on attack this quickly. This is a pocket strategy we saw used in Overwatch League by San Francisco Shock. It's become a more common strategy on Gibraltar, where you pocket the Genji with heals and, of course, damage boosting, so he can harass and build a Dragon Blade as fast as a defending Genji. He is able to do so, sees the positioning of the Ana there, and kills Genie immediately. Had the sleep connected, the entire strategy falls apart, but as you said, it simply didn't need to be healed after he was able to get into the back line like that with the Dragon Blade, even though the Biotic Grenade connected, not enough damage to kill him. Very good execution of the pocket Genji strategy, and they're even going to keep it up here. Overwatch sticks with this first, no Lucio required.
Order not finding much there for the pulse bomb. Comes back with the recall, but the kills are still there for Foxes as they continue pressing forward. Order going to go down. Sky and Z-Bag already picked off, so WGS struggling a bit here with the defense. This is what we noticed was the attack so good, but when it comes down to the defense, it was just crumbling constantly. You know, without finishing with any time in the bank, that is a very bad sign for them.
Certainly, it's not good, but the execution was so crisp on the Fox side. I can't really blame WGS, but they are now in an old deficit. Zashin here, trying to look for a great hack. EMP Soundberry used very early in this fight.
Yeah, Lift tosses that one out. They do get need, but they lose the mech there on Bernard. Now the Baby Diva going down, and with the Primal Rage, showing that goes forward, finds Genie. Takes him down. Z-Bag will respond with one of his own, but the hack is there from Saucin. So no leaping around for this monkey. He's going to be grounded here for the moment. Hasn't gone down yet, but everybody else is just dying around him. Lift will fall. Genie likely just not even going to be able to push forward anymore. They're going to try to get the chase. They do manage to get so nice stagger there onto the Winston. And WGS are just absolutely crumbling under this pressure. There's still ultimates available. They have an EMP. They have a Transcendence. With the Dragon Blade, they can keep that Genji topped up.
I mean, they could have used the Dragon Blade with that sound barrier to engage, but it was just so sloppily done. They didn't make a hard attempt to stop the push, wasted ultimates, and then were outclassed in the fight. Stand one with the tossed out self-destruct. Very rarely seen on this map. Last time I think I saw that in Korea was Void in the finals of Season 3.
Yeah, at this angle, it's certainly a rare one. Usually hold it until you get just in front of the finish, zone people back away from the payload to try to get extra mileage, but that goes for the play and comes up with a bit of profit there. Pulse bomb down. Saucin not going to be faced by that one, but Dragon Blade out from Sky. Needs to get some serious work done. Finds one there with a Sombra. Kites his way back in the end. It's going to be the one kill, and Overwatch will just bring the Sombra straight back into the fight here with the res. Order punished. If they keep moving forward, Adora with a Dragon Blade rather of his own. See what he can get done. Wants to wait. No, actually, doesn't wait for the Transcendence. Just draws that one out. Tries to get the commit there onto the Baby Diva. Bernard goes down, but that's all he's going to find. Genie comes up with the kill. Z-Bag now falls. And Foxes want to keep pushing forward. 4.27 meters left to go, but with need going down, that might just be the retreat.
Just want to point out, we're going to have the Adora swap here, but I do want to point out that Stand 1 was able to already build his self-destruct. It was up for a few seconds before he even started to mention this. So I think that self-destruct that he tossed around was really well angled, but also he was holding it for so long, he was like, well, I might as well just get some value of this thing. I can build another one. We've got such a great time bank. Love it, because the overtime finish for WGS means that Foxes, all they have to do is get completion with any time here. They're already in a great position. So Genie has had a, I want to say, mediocre Zenyatta so far. Let's not judge him too early, but it has not been as impactful as
Saucin into the back, tries to rip apart Bernard. Will barely survive there for the moment, but now knocked out of the mech. As Adora was able to finish him off. Hack comes through here yet again on a Z-Bag. Everybody just turns around, focuses down. The Primal Rage, Winston, EMP, massive there from Saucin as they push forward, and they are just going to rip them apart, and this should just be the finish of the map. As they just keep everybody contained. The Diva is trying to get through there, but just can't do it. Great containing coming through. Jungmak just smacking him back into that side room, stopping him from touching the payload. And Foxes on their attack, push forward. They have time in the bank. And oh boy, WGS backs up against the wall yet again.
This is, I feel like both teams had a great approach strategy. The Foxes did the pocketed Genji, so Adora was able to build a Dragon Blade as fast as Sky was able to kill the supports, starting with Genie, the Ana, who we can't judge his Ana. Sure, he missed the sleep dart on the ulting Genji, but can we really blame him on his first televised match ever to miss that shot? That's all right. So now that we head into this new attack, I'm scared again for WGS, because Foxes has this cool tactic that they're so practiced at. They also have shown us really good control of the streets phase. And I feel like for WGS, they had their plan. The attack Pharah with the Genji, they used it really well when they faced off against long-range hit scan even. This time there wasn't any. They used that to push through, but they just couldn't do so as efficiently as the Foxes. And on the defense, like you said, they crumble. And that's a great way to put it, because once they start losing control of what their plan was from the start, this is a team that always has a great plan. And when things go wrong, their adaptation and their on-the-fly team fighting is very weak. They need to make a strong stand here. WGS does on defense. They're going to have the, interestingly enough, Mercy on the defense to try to burn this out, try to get a Valkyrie.
Sky gonna go down.
For Z-Bag.
Finds a very swift hack here on a stand. Jumps back, gets a bit of damage in, builds up 30% towards that ult. Translocator's ready to go. He's going to be looking for this one yet again. Hacks him, but he's made it onto the high ground. Bubble's going to be gone as they keep pushing forward. And Z-Bag almost goes down, drops to around 70 HP before he manages to fall back. Bernard pops out of the mech, and Sasson has been eliminated. So delayed EMP there for the side of the Foxes, but losing already half of that tick. One tick is all that Foxes needs in order to take an body, and Z-Bag goes down, tries to poke forward yet again, but Need just cuts him down. The red's going to be Bernador, goes forward, finds order, but not before Stan gets taken out of that mech. But yet again, Z-Bag just gets targeted by the members of the Foxes. They eliminate him, and a Dragon Blade is ready to go. Adora, he's just being ignored. Hacked then into EMP, can't draw the Dragon Blade, so good chaining together there from Sky to shut down that Genji. Otherwise, it was looking like maybe he could have just won that point by himself.
LiftQ really bought a lot of time with his heals there. They pocketed Z-Bag really hard. This guy just looking for the ult charge here. He's kind of been, like, he doesn't have a health pack that he's hacked to go back to. He's just going back to the Mercy, which is now going to have that Valkyrie. That's the fight they're looking for. They want to make that their big stand here, but they've got to be careful because the Dragon Blade is going to cut through that.
Pulse Bomb comes down, doesn't find anything, and Order's going to have to use the recall to cut back over to the other side. In onto the point yet again, but nothing ticking up yet. Order tries to get the kill here on the Need, but the Mercy pocket comes through. Dragon Blade out, Genie gonna go down, Order and Bernard all falling. Mercy here from LiftQ, tries to get the res off, but it seems like he's gonna pay for that one with his life, and it's just for nothing. He brings back the Winston, but it takes so long that they can't get to the point. And that's Nambani going over the Foxes.
Fox is trying to use this Dragon Blade to burst through the healing coming out from the Valkyrie. They used their own Valkyrie to get into position. Pocketed strategy we saw on attack from them. Build the Genji Dragon Blade early, look for support kills. We saw that the Valkyrie allowed the Genji to get in position to use whatever Dragon Blade he wanted. Transcendence was then there to heal the Genji through the damage. And the Valkyrie on the side of their opponents would have worked if there wasn't a Dragon Blade. It would have healed through almost anything else. It just simply was not going to be enough to stop the burst damage from the Dragon Blade. Yet again, this pocket Mercy on the Genji is just so successful right now at dealing with teams that don't have long-range hit scan, don't have burst damage to deal with the Genji. It's never going to be a strategy that's going to work well against a Widow setup. It's going to be a lot tougher to execute against a Soldier 76 setup. But when you are going to burst through just a defensive dive, it's something that can work out, and it worked out very well, because if there's no burst to kill the Genji, he just harasses shurikens, builds that Dragon Blade, he's got the Mercy to make sure he never dies. If Soldier 76 can helix him, he could get blown up. If he gets sniped by a Widow, this strategy isn't going to be as effective. You could also snipe the Mercy, who's trying to keep the Genji healed. Or you just have standard anti-dive that's also running a Mercy on the other side. There's not even the potential for like a Zenyatta blow-up kill or anything like that. It's going to be a lot tougher.
Well, that's going to be 0-2 so far here on the day for WGS, so still going to be failing to pick up a map here in this series. Foxes, on the other hand, looking pretty strong. Nambani was one of their map choices, so it wasn't really that much of an advantage that WGS was gaining for themselves, so still going to be a very rough one. But moving forward, going to be Assault coming up shortly. WGS, where do we think they're going to go, and will it be enough to get them a map?
They picked Volskaya last time. They were totally destroyed by Stellar's EMP. There was a lot of problems on the defense there. I guess we'll talk about it later, though.
All right, well, we'll see if they can piece together a win when we come back from the break, guys, so don't go anywhere. We're back in a few minutes with Assault.